Welcome everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the full moon in Gemini on December the 28th, 2021 at 5:35 a.m. GMT time. There's a full moon at 27 degrees in Gemini. A full moon occurs when the transiting sun and moon are in exact opposite positions in the zodiac, in opposite signs. And full moons are related to endings or to culminations, and it's an emotional energy. In this moment, you're reaching the maturation point of a 6-month cycle that began on June 10th, 2021, with a new moon that was a solar eclipse in Gemini. But you're also at another culminating point that is a shorter cycle that began 2 weeks ago with the total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So this full moon in Gemini will close the eclipse portal and also the calendar of the year, bringing a strong energy of culmination and closure. During this time, the intention you set on these two new moon solar eclipses, the June one and the one that was 2 weeks ago, can manifest and blossom. You can have a chance to reap the rewards of your efforts, to witness the results of your work, and also to gain more clarity around something that was still uncertain. Sagittarius is the sign of wisdom, and Gemini is the sign of navigation. So on this full moon, you're navigating the deep wisdom of life. There's a need to balance these two energies that are in opposition. So you need to find a balancing act between the moon in Gemini, that represents thoughts, information, and the sun in Sagittarius, that represent truth and vision. And this can bring you to your personal quest to find a middle ground. Under this lunation, you have an opportunity to see your inner world reflected through the eyes and through the ears to the words of others. So you will need to work on understand what's true and what's not. The Gemini intellectual moon merged the mind with emotions. So you can get things off of your chest. You can say things that needs to be said and communicate more authentically. This will put everyone, this full moon will put everyone in a social mood, in a chatty mood. There's no other lunation cycle that activate your mind like this one will. So it will be important that you're looking for ways to stay intellectually engaged, to feed your mind, to express your thoughts, to cooperate with others. These are all great ways to thrive with these cosmic influences. So the sun in Sagittarius will be looking for the truth, while the moon in Gemini will be loaded up with lots of questions. So it can happen that you can engage in too many activities. You're like flooded with too many ideas that cannot be synthesized or supported by facts and spiritual vision. So your mind can be overactive, but it can also happen that your mind creates anxiousness and irritability. You can be impatient. And if you're impatient, you need to focus on why. Why am I stressed? Why am I impatient? And if your minds are overactive, you need to give to the mind a positive focus so it can focus on something and do something. The last full moon of 2021, this full moon in Gemini, is opposing the galactic center. The galactic center is a point in space that is believed to be the heart of the universe, and it's believed to be the place where the most potent, magical, and mysterious energy in the cosmic sky are. So with the full moon that is directly opposite this sacred point in the sky, the energies are likely to be powerful and can even feel like out of this world. So as this moon, this full moon in Gemini, is following the Sagittarius solar eclipse that we had 2 weeks ago, you may find that you have some more illuminations. So whatever was stirred up for us at the eclipse can now begin to have a full view and can allow you to see things clearly. In this lunation, in this full moon, the sun in Sagittarius and the moon, of course, they are opposite. They create a T-square that is a tense aspect with Neptune in Pisces, at 20 degrees in Pisces. And the moon will trine and the sun will sextile Jupiter, that is at 28 degrees of Aquarius, last degree of Aquarius, before entering in Pisces. The last full moon of 2021, this curious Gemini full moon, delivers opportunity, and at the same time it's like extreme. So there's an important twist that comes knocking as you celebrate all your efforts, all the things you did, you accomplished in 2021. This moon will be curious, and particularly in matters relating relationships. She will also be bursting with insight, and this energy will be ready to celebrate the journey of 2021 at the same time as you can feel ready to move on from the struggle points that you had all this year. So be ready for information, including your internal intuition, your internal thoughts, to come fast, very furiously. Gemini is quick and enjoys juggling and all sort of developments. So this full moon could bring out also some two-faced or untrustworthy behavior. Maybe some of these things are not intentional. It's simply the ebb and flows along with the prevailing mood that we are feeling all around us in this moment in time. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of abundance, is very active under this full moon too. And Jupiter expands and magnifies whatever it touches. But it also gives this gift that allow you to see the silver lining. So as your perspective expands, you're able to see, to be open to more opportunities, to more solutions, to better ways to look at things. Jupiter will be making a tight trine to the moon, supporting our emotions and supporting us at the same time. It will remind us the importance of being innovative in your approach to everything, to all that's going on. to break old rules, to adopt a new view, a new set, and a new understanding. At this time, Jupiter is less than 10 days away from leaving the sign of Aquarius, the place he has been for almost all this year, 2021. He won't come back to this sign for another 12 years. So if you haven't broken some of your old rules or taken steps forwards toward some sort of reinvention, use the celebration of this last 2021 full moon and do it. Just do it. Allow it to happen. With this harmonious aspect to Jupiter, the spiritual meaning of this full moon is to take advantage of opportunity, because Jupiter wants us to grow materially or spiritually, or both. So this full moon shines a light on the solution you were looking for and you weren't finding, or they weren't so clear. You just need to keep an open mind and to trust what comes. You will have more intuition, you will have more ideas, you will see the big picture. So the solutions are there if you're looking for them. The sun and the moon, they also have a hard aspect, an uncomfortable aspect to Neptune. So Neptune is in Pisces, it rules the sign of Pisces. So you can find yourself perhaps too lost in your dream world or a world you created. And this can end with disappointments, because if you're carried away with illusion or with unrealistic expectations, it means you're trying to escape from dealing with reality. And it's true that no one have all the answers, but no answers can generate chaos and distrust. And this is a little bit what's happening all around us in this moment. There's no clear informations. So these can generate illusion, disillusion, and chaos. So you can observe how your mental confusion or disorientation perhaps have influenced your physical health with tiredness, with strange symptoms, or with a general lack of energy, of drive. Also, in this full moon that is packed with a lot of stuff, just 6 hours after this full moon peaks, Venus, that is the planet of love, of relationships, of values, of money, start her retrograde motions. It means that 6 hours after the full moon, she's standing, she's stationary. So she's like still before moving retrograde. The day a planet stations retrograde, it's his most powerful point. From this point, the same day of the full moon, until January 29th, she will be retrograde, and being retrograde, she will begin to weave an important story between ourselves, between our relationships, the past, and what's most important to us as we embark on a new 8-year cycle, Venus cycle. Last time Venus was retrograde in Capricorn was in late December 2013 until January 2014. So you can reflect on that period, what was going on, what was happening in your relationships, for example, in your material values or your values, your self-worth, your self-esteem, and all what you give a value. Because Venus, when it's retrograde, it may steer many matters, especially about relating to heart and to the relationships in our lives. These relationships are not just with others, but also it's your relationship with yourself, with money, with the things you value. And as Venus is stationing retrograde, very close to Pluto, that is the planet of power, the exact aspect will be on Christmas. You may find a new sense of power that is budding within your heart center. You may even feel more empowered to make decisions that are led by the heart. This full moon that makes a huge aspect to Venus and Pluto, a tense aspect, can highlight power imbalances in love, relationships, or in all relationships, and it can also cause financial stress. Thankfully, we have Jupiter that is a very strong influence, and it can resolve such problems. So you can find good luck or happiness, especially with love and money. But it can also increase, all these aspects can also increase a lot your need for love, your need for affection in relationships. However, relationship tension is possible, especially if there's an imbalance involving emotional support or love. So the amount of love received is not the same as the amount given, for example. And this kind of relationship issues may be a recurring problem with a continual build-up. And then there's the need to release tension. Even if you're single, you may still experience like an internal imbalance involving self-love, involving how you feel about yourself. I know this doesn't sound too nice, but there's a huge potential for healing. If you're just willing, for example, because Venus retrograde also talk about the past, talk about exes, for example. So there's this huge potential for healing. If you're willing or if you're able to just let go any hurt you've been holding on to in all matters of the heart, you will be healed. Or you can find this Venus-Pluto dynamic will highlight where you're not standing in your power and where you need to find more balance in your relationship with others. It's about power. And Venus conjuncting Pluto dramatically increases your need for love and affection. You want to experience companionship at a deeper, more intense level. And also there can be like magnetic attraction that pulls people together at a subconscious level. Instant attractions or infatuation can lead to a new romance because it's like a strong urge, it's something you feel into yourself. But yes, this aspect will increase your powers of attraction, but can also lead to a misused power. So manipulation or abuse can really lead in this moment to a relationship crisis. Also, you got to take care not to be spending in a compulsive way and to avoid all financial scams. Along with this Venus-Pluto energy, we also have Saturn and Uranus. They're getting ready to form their third and final square for the year. So while Saturn and Uranus have been doing this dance all year long, under this full moon, you may feel all the effect of this energy. It's like it's summed up and now you really feel it all. And this can manifest as feeling like a push and a pull between freedom and boundaries, restlessness or normality, especially when it comes to approach something. Because Saturn, he wants us to follow the rules and fall in line. Whereas Uranus wants us to think outside the box and do things differently. While Saturn represents the past, Uranus represents the future. And this cosmic climate will shake up our structures, will bring all sort of chaos to our plans, our schedules. On a mass scale, I think we will see huge shifts. And on an intimate level, you need to lose a bit the reins when it comes to control. The only thing that you can expect from this moment is the unexpected. And in order to balance these energies in your life, you need to acknowledge the lessons of wisdom and lessons from your past. But you're looking forward to the future and to the new possibilities that may lie ahead. So you take the wisdom from the past and you go into the future. There's a few things that a few points, you can reflect on this to have the maximum beneficial effect in this full moon. The first point is that you can use this energy, these huge Sagittarian, Jupiterian energies, because the Sun is in Sagittarius and Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So they're asking you to think about the big picture rather than all the minutiae that could be really low your energy and getting you confused and not acting. The second one is try always to think the positives over the negatives, because if you do it in this moment, this Jupiterian moment, you will find opportunities. You will see all the opportunities that surrounds you. The third point is, yes, big changes can happen, but one baby step at a time. So you can plan huge changes and then use this wise energy to plan it one step at a time. Full moons are great moments for making decision to take things in a new direction. And the fourth, it's just a question you can ask yourself. How can I truly apply Sagittarian wisdom to my regular daily activity? How can I change my daily life, being more wise, being more open, seeing opportunities, being more wise, yes, and joyful? With Venus preparing now to move backwards, you can begin this process of moving out of all beliefs surrounding love, surrounding values, surrounding worth that have been holding you back. So you need to clear the space and looking to what happened really, so your belief can change and can expand. Because this Gemini full moon can really unlock a new state of consciousness, a higher state of consciousness. And finally, for you, a consideration from my heart. Always remember that you are the entire universe expressing itself in a material form, in yourself here on earth. So try to reach that point, that is, feel this huge space inside yourself, this point of neutrality, this point where you're a witness, where there's only stillness and peace, and you can breathe, and there's infinite space there. So every time you need, you can go there, in that point inside yourself, where you are the entire universe. And you can go there every time you feel stressed, you feel anxious, you feel confused. Just go there and rest. And the more you will do that, the more you will feel this peace and this love and this stillness. And this will start to enter in your life. Just little steps, you know. And you can widen, you can have more space in your life. You can have a better life. So, happy full moon to you, beautiful soul. And I'll see you in next video. Bye.